But so anyway, I became Muslim, and I did start that book and finish it. And by about this, it was a horrible experience. It ripped my soul apart. But by the 7th edit, I was laughing so hard at what I did. It was so healing. And so I got that one published. And then I had, a few years later, I did my second book, which was called Interview with Death. And it's what the Quran and Sunnah say, what happens to us when we die and we go in the grave and we're resurrected and we're in paradise or hellfire. So I wrote in the first person. It's only 90 pages, but it was very powerful. Everything is from the Quran and Sunnah. Right. And so, again, it's a very powerful book. And then I wrote a few years later a book about the companions called Unearthing Hidden Jewels. And that was the male and female companions. And then the golden age of Islam. What I just found out about that at that time. And I was like, why doesn't anybody know about the incredible things that the Muslims did at that time? And so I put it in between the companions' stories. And then something happened to really change my focus. And that was, I was working in an Islamic school, and there was a major history book publisher, non-Muslim, of course, that offered that any religious school could put in a 30-page supplement, right, of Islamic information in the textbook. And so since I had written 4 books, my principal called me in and said, this is right up your alley. Go ahead and start on it. So I got their latest history book. I flipped it open. Ruba, I could not believe it. I flipped it open. The first chapter was Neanderthals, which is fine. That's where we begin, sort of. The second chapter was the Sumerians, 3,300 BCE. Where was the other 30,000 years? Where was Adam and Sheeth and Idris and Noah? And I called my principal and I said, I can't supplement shirk. I can't supplement gaps. I'm going to write my own. So I started at the Big Bang. I've got my 3rd volume is in the editor now. So I've got all 3 volumes done, 400 pages of
MashaAllah.
Yeah. So it's called A Woven Truth. And this is volume 1. Let me get it over here.
And I saw also the YouTube teaser that you have on your website. It's very interesting. And these actually, one of the things that I wanted to do, and I still have this dream, is to study archaeology. Archaeology and manuscripts are like very much my interest. And I love to study about the ancient civilizations and things like that. I love to do that. So I have a lot of questions for you after you're done with your story.
The point being is that this is factual archaeological digs. I mean, I of course pulled up from the Quran and Sunnah, but then I filled in with the scientists and what they found. I found amazing things that really, I was able to make a timeline of the prophets, ﷺ, because of what I found from the non-Muslim scientists, and everything was corroborated all the way down the line. So this one is the 25 prophets in the Quran in historical context, and the peopling of Americas, how it really happened, which was the Egyptians and the Africans and the Chinese, and the mixing of them in Central America. So that's in this book too.
And that also always aligns with what the Quran says. It's just amazing, subhanAllah.
It is. And so I was able to quote Quran all the way through and then substantiate it with the archaeological digs. And then volume 2 is, of course, a natural outcropping. It's from 1 CE to the Ottomans and World War I. And the dynasties are amazing. I knew nothing about this stuff. I'm not a historian. Yeah. I learned in a hurry. But so that was another 400 pages of our beautiful Islamic dynasties and what they did for the world and how they molded it, And then volume 3 in the editor is World War I and the Sykes-Picot and how that changed us forever. All the way through to Jannah. I put all the way through to I put the minor signs, 60 of them, and then a timeline from 1900 showing how they came to be, how we have seen all the minor signs now. and we're waiting for the major ones. And so, but I put it in a timeline so you could see, oh yeah, this happened from the 1900s, how it did. And then I put the 10 major signs with a lot of stories. And then I put actually my second book with some revamping as the ending of it, because it goes all the way to Jannah.